Guess who is standing to be the next MP for the Socialist Republic of Brighton? Oh yes, it's Eddie Izzard, or Tousi Izzard, or whatever his name is this week. Alright, in this video, we're going to go through Eddie Izzard's track record when it comes to political campaigning, but also talk about how within hours of him announcing that he's going to be the next MP for Brighton, he ended up insulting Brighton and saying, I don't really care about the area, I care about the north. Okay, so he tweeted saying, Brighton Pavilion, I am very excited to announce that I am standing to be your next Labour MP. If you want me to be your champion for equality, sustainability and opportunity for all, vote for me. What if we don't want that? I love how when you have left-wing politicians standing for one left-wing party saying, we stand for equality, that implies that the other left-wing parties don't stand for equality. You got the Green Party basically being in charge of Brighton all this time. They keep claiming that they're in charge of they're responsible for equality. And by the way, we're going to talk about the mess in Brighton in a second. But first things first, this is I love how in the video, by the way, I'm going to show you the video. Eddie Izzard had to introduce himself saying, oh, by the way, I'm Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard here in Brighton. Brighton is a city at the forefront of change, and I want to help it to continue to make that change. Running marathons, raising money for great causes, and campaigning in more than 125 constituencies has taught me to turn struggles into success.
Success. We are going to go through your track record, Eddie. But first things first, Brighton has been leading the country or whatever when it comes to change. Yeah, if you mean by change, if you mean chaos, and the local council completely destroying the waste in Brighton, and at the same time, all the hatred and division that you have. If you are brave enough to go to Brighton and go to a bar and say, I'm a Brexiteer or I'm a Conservative, you'll be in a lot of trouble. It's not that tolerant, it's not that progressive, it's in fact extremely illiberal and regressive. But let's talk about Eddie first, because he decided to try to stand for Sheffield Central as a Labour candidate, and the Labour Party in the North said, I don't think you're the right choice for Sheffield Central. Might have something to do with his lipstick, maybe he needs to change his lipstick brand, but he wasn't selected. But when he was standing to be the next Labour MP for Sheffield Central and failed, he said, I love Sheffield. This is my thing. I'm not going to go anywhere else. I'm going to basically be your next MP here. I love the North. And now he's standing to be the next candidate and MP for Brighton. Parachute candidate as usual. Up to a point where Eddie Izzard himself made a bit of a mistake. He did an interview. It was a radio interview where, as the new candidate for Brighton, the Labour Party candidate, he ended up basically undermining Brighton, saying, I would have preferred if I were to stand in the north.
I'd still love to be an MP for the people of Sheffield, but anyway, anywhere up north.
So not down south?
No, I'd rather be up north, because I'm a kid from the south. And I want to be up north. That's why I chose Sheffield to do my degree. I wanted to go somewhere up north, and Sheffield said, "Come here." And I said, "Yes, okay." And I was a bit freaked out when I got there because it was different. But the people of Sheffield, this is the thing I said. I said this in my campaign. They were just great. They're just great sense of humour. All right, love, just sit down there. Do you want the bus fare? Because where's your bus fare? I can't break a 10-minute well, right? Just sit down. And they were just great and funny and relaxed and had this character. And I just want to fight for that. If there is a north-south divide, which there seems to be. Like in Italy, it's the other way around. In most countries, there is this sort of separation thing. And if people in the north feel the south has it good, then I want to fight for the north.
I want to fight for the north. I want to be the king of the north. I'm from the south, but I want to king the posh private school boy from, well, now trans woman. I don't know what it is these days. This is quite difficult to keep up. Eddie Izzard, Eddie Izzard is now the champion for the North, standing in Brighton, right? His track record has been absolutely hilarious. Every single major campaign he's been part of has been not that successful. Look at the list. He was part of Join the Euro campaign in the late 90s and early 2000s. That didn't go well. He tried to elect Ken Livingstone against Boris Johnson. Didn't go too well. He did actually campaign for Gordon Brown, but, well, that didn't end too well either. He voted yes in the AV referendum. Well, that was a disaster. He tried to back Ed Miliband. Well, that was also not really the wisest move. And then he was trying his best to elect Andy Burnham as Labour leader. And no, that didn't go too well either. And of course, he was part of the Remain campaign in the 2016 EU referendum. So his track record is so good that we call him the kiss of death, Eddie Izzard. And he also obviously was campaigning for Jeremy Corbyn. Thank you so much, Eddie Izzard, for all your hard work to make sure that the socialist side in this country continues to lose. And now, this man on his website is claiming, and well, is boasting and praising himself, saying, I've campaigned in over 125 constituencies and major campaigns over the last 15 years. Yes, keep going, Eddie. Keep going. It's looking too good for us. His visions. Let's look at his visions. All right, for Brighton Pavilion. High quality education for all. Real action to tackle the climate crisis. Decent, affordable homes for all. Okay, there are problems here. High quality of education. You as the future MP, you're not in charge. Climate, no, not really. You can vote in Parliament for legislations, but we already have them in place. Affordable housing, it's not your job. These are not your jobs as MP. If you want to do those things, you become a local councillor. Or become Prime Minister. If you want to do that, then fine. But the Member of Parliament, the job they have is very different to a local councillor. Member of Parliament is to represent the people. Local councillors implement policies. How many times do we have to go through this? This is basic politics. The problem we have is everything's so centralized and party political that people vote for the party leader in their local area. It's very bad. So, for example, if you have a Tory candidate, they say, well, we are voting for Rishi Sunak. Or if you have a Labour candidate, we're voting for Keir Starmer. Just stop this nonsense. The whole political system is completely messed up because people don't vote the way they were supposed to be voting. The system is completely broken thanks to the political establishment. Everything is presidential, everything is federalised, and we are in this mess right now. But the climate nonsense, let's look at what he wants to do, because we already have the Green Party representing Brighton. Why do you want to stand against the Green Party, Eddie? So, he says, leading by example in the global climate fight. Again, you're going to be the local MP, not the global MP. I'll be relentless, yes you will be, in making our patch of the world and the whole country greener than ever. First up, renewable energy. Here we go again. I will fight for more solar, wind and all the clean energy we can get our hands on. Interesting enough, there's no mention of nuclear, considering it's extremely clean and green. Let's make Brighton Pavilion carbon neutral and the home of GB Energy. Oh yeah, GB Energy is this nonsensical idea that Keir Starmer has to completely take everything, all the energy suppliers and energy companies and everything we have into, give it to the hands of our lovely bureaucratic civil servants in Whitehall and claim that we are giving power to the people. Ooh, public control. It's not public control, it's government control. Look at the NHS. They're going to do the same thing with the energy sector. I'm not a big defender of the private big corporations running the energy sector right now, but the alternative is not to give the power completely to the government either. So, they continues by saying, I will be promoting eco-friendly transportation too. Expect me to call for more public transportation, cheaper and more reliable trains. I read that wrong. Trains, he means trains. Cycling lanes and pedestrian-friendly spaces. And blah, 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 something about Mother Earth, something about Britain greener, something about DNA, I don't know what's going on there. And we're going to hit the targets, and I'm going to be annoying. Too many words, just put more pictures. Anyway, this is what we're dealing with. This is the state of our country, ladies and gentlemen. The man is going to be completely, trans woman is going to be completely destroying the Green Party chances. I think at this point, because the Green Party are going to bring their new version of Caroline Lucas, they should be winning. But the Labour Party could technically win in Brighton. They could technically win because Caroline Lucas had a massive personal branding, right? Everybody knew her in Brighton. She continued to destroy Brighton, and people in Brighton said, yes, continue, Caroline. We like your policies. Yeah, everything is completely being ruined. It's like Sadiq Khan in London. He keeps ruining London, and Londoners say, Yeah, let's vote for you again. Same thing in Brighton. That's what we call Brighton, the Socialist Republic of Brighton. Let's see if Izzard could, turn the tides. See if we could stop green socialism and replace it with Labour socialism. It's going to be a lovely, lovely race. I am so looking forward to the next general election at this point, because there are going to be some key elections, and obviously we're going to be doing a proper, for the first time on this channel, a proper full night, throughout the whole night, a live stream show, so you don't have to watch Sky News or BBC or anything else. We're going to have special guests and everything else, but we have a long time to go. Anyway, thank you so much for all the support. We're going to have so much today. Every half an hour, we're going to come to you guys with a number of other updates. And don't forget, 6 p.m, we have the second episode of The Death of British Farming. The first episode is already up. Yesterday, we posted that. Make sure to watch that. And the second episode's coming. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.